ATX Festival. It's 9 p.m. on a Friday night in Trinity Hall. Drunk History's third year with us. First time at night seems I'm good. That was, dramatic. We're so excited to have Derek back and to do it a little bit different this time. We're not in the Alamo, but we are, trying some things out. We've got some special guests. I'm just really excited that Derek wants to keep coming back and joining us. So, as you know, I'm still saving my voice, so I'm just going to leave it at that and introduce Derek Waters and Drunk History.
Thank you, Caitlin. ATX. This is so exciting, you guys. I hate festivals, and I love this festival because we all get to, sure, comic books are cool, movies are cool, but let's all focus on one thing that we all really like, and that's television, right? That's pretty great. So tonight we have some special guests, and we're going to watch some clips. And if I talk during them, it's just me saying louder, because I just want to make sure everyone can hear, okay? The new season starts June 18th, not to name drop or date drop. But I'm very excited about the season premiere because I've been, you do a show where people get drunk and tell a history story and then you reenact it. You got to make it a little different, You can't just do that the whole time. So... not to date myself, but I really love Ripley's Believe It or Not. Did you guys ever watch that? So I wanted to do Derek Waters' Believe It or Not and do stories that you're just like, how the fuck did I know about that? That's humans doing superhero things. So our first story is going to be about that, and we're going to see the opening of it, and then you're going to hear a little new theme song just for this episode, and then you're going to meet your narrator, an amazing actor right after the story. So let's cut to this. You're about to see Believe It or Not. Thank you, guys. Oh, man. Is that really the clip they sent? Hold on. There's the opening before this.
Lawn chair
Hold on.
Larry.
Well, yeah, we'll make it louder,
Cheers.
but...
Our story
hold
begins
on.
in
Let's go back.
1962.
Let's go back.
A 13-year-old boy named
I told
Larry
you I was going to be
Walters.
talking. So there's no opening to the show there? Huh? That's all you have? All right. So forgive me. Trust me, I wanted to show you the opening of the show. But you're just going to see the story, which is my favorite story we've done. So still enjoy it. Here we go. Let's learn about Lawn Chair Larry. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give it up for the man that taught us about Lawn Chair Larry, Mr. Doug Jones. I love you, Doug Jones. And the man that brought Lawn Chair alive and so well, let's give it up for Colin Hanks. Believe it or not, it's Larry. Somehow we afforded to get that song, which is pretty great. Here, you got. Oh yeah, thank you. Doug, do you remember telling that story? Camera check, mic check.
Microphone check.
Yeah.
I do. I remember the story as I rehearsed it the night before, pacing around my apartment. However, anything that happened spontaneously or due to the cause of alcohol, I don't remember at all.
Yeah. That's good. Did you like it? I mean, Colin's done the show 4 times, but call me old-fashioned, but that's my favorite Colin Hanks performance. In a ridiculous story taken so seriously, I mean, you did it so well.
The material demands it. You must tell the truth at all times.
just so the audience knows, how do you get this news? Like, oh, I'm going to do this part. Like, how do you memorize and how does it work as an actor?
What ends up happening is you get a frantic call or email from an agent about 5 days before.
Or the day before.
Or the day before. Are you free to do drunk history? And if you're not working, you say, yeah, sure. And you go in, and it's actually, I will say this, it is from a work perspective in terms of hair and makeup and wigs and costumes and locations and all of that. It is a miracle that this show exists. Truly, because you have got a group of people that are your crew that work so hard and do such an incredible job of telling a story every single day for, I mean, what was your shooting? How many days did you shoot this last season?
43.
43. So that's 43 stories every single day. That's different time periods, different wigs, everything, different locations. And so...
Yeah, all that was one day.
One day. We shot that in one day. And you show up, and there's, normally you would go early for costume fitting and hair and makeup tests. None of that. You show up in the morning. They have costume-like ideas. You know, try on the pants, maybe a T-shirt, something like that. Yeah. And then you go into hair and makeup where the decisions have already been made. Although this was actually funny. So when I got asked to come and do Lawn Chair Larry, I said, yeah, sure. You texted me. You're like, you really got to do this. I said, yeah, of course. He goes, watch this. You sent me the David Letterman thing. Yeah. And I realized that I had a beard on the TV show that I was making that I couldn't shave. So I still had the beard. I'm like, I got to keep the beard. And you just said, like, that's fine.
Well, it's like, how do you do the balance? Lose the most important actor that I could only picture doing it over a beard, over a story that no one's ever heard of?
The check is in the mail.
Let's let this man's story out. Like, I'm not going to let a beard get in the way.
But that is actually the thing that I love about the show, is that there's all this incredible attention to detail. And the fact that you guys are able to pull this off and tell a story every day, it really is truly a miracle. I mean, it's so impressive. But it reaches a certain point, and then everyone just says, it's fine.
Yeah.
And that's when all of the best stuff is. So, like, for example, like at the beginning of this, where it's like, oh, shit, we're supposed to have a scene where he's 13, but I've got a beard, like, what do we do? And you're just like, we'll just put a little tag on you that says, I'm 13. There, dude.
Yeah, his name tag says, hello, I'm 13.
Hello, I'm 13. Which you should never put on a 13-year-old kid. Right. I just want to say.
Or a 14-year-old kid.
Or a 14-year-old. Anyone under 18, really, if we're going to be totally honest. But yeah, so it's this great sort of like fly by the seat of your pants. And as an actor, it's so great because we just come in for a day and then we're gone. But you guys are like have such a great sort of spirit, and you guys are always so excited. And so basically, once you say yes, you get the email with all of the tracks. So all of Doug's interview is broken down into sort of scenes, if you will. And you'll have like 5 scenes. And you just listen to it as much as you can beforehand. And then,
like while you're jogging? And
well, no, because I don't got time to jog. I mean, unless someone's chasing me. But... no, but you sort of listen to it the night before, and you listen to it on the way to work. And then when you get into your trailer before the costume fitting, there's an iPad that all of the guests stay like in the same trailer each day. And there's an iPad that has all of the stories that you guys have, all of the drunk interviews that you guys have done. And you find yours, and you just play the tracks over and over and over again, and play it on a loudspeaker. In between takes, and just try and get the rhythm as much as you can. Yeah. Sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it's hard.
But you also like add in like that's not in the script that you were making the noise for the the.
Can I tell you where I got the thing from?
Please.
So I did it. So in LA, they had this thing. I think Jason Reitman started it, where it's like live stage readings of stuff.
LACMA.
At LACMA. And I got asked to do a live reading of Dr. Strangelove. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, of course. And Shia LaBeouf was also in the cast. And I had never met him before, but he made this decision very early on that, because he was playing, what's the name of the character that drops the bomb? Not Dr. Strangelove, but the Texan. The
Slim Pickens?
Yes.
So that's the actor's
name. That's the actor. But he was playing Slim's part, and he made a decision to go before every radio interaction that he has. He has all the radio interactions. It's like 90% of his lines were him going and then saying some line, and it ended up becoming one of the funniest things. Because for an hour, every time Shia LaBeouf talked, he went, and then he'd say a sentence, and then he'd go, and that was it. And so I was like, I gotta pull a Shia here.
Whoa.
And mouth the, because Doug gave it to me. I gotta do it.
That was really good.
I love that.
And that's my story
Doug reminds
about
me of
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I know. You pulled a LaBeouf. Oh, that's great. So we're going to bring up our next guest. Before we see her story, you and her will be watching it for the first time. She's never seen this. She's taught you about Julia Childs. She's taught you about Willie Hitler. She's taught you, you guys know about the Queen of Egypt. Who is the Queen of Egypt? Yeah, you're about to learn about the real Queen of Egypt. But first, here she is, Lyric Lewis.
It's like a fun lemonade.
Oh, wait. We want to see her in real life first. Hold on. Sorry. Here, come sit. I feel like this is Wayne's World. Here, come sit on the Wayne's World chair, on the couch, whichever one you want. Yeah, maybe. Why don't you sit in between?
I want to sit on this couch with all the.
Yeah. All right.
the
So
men.
before we see your story, what?
Yes.
Because it is interesting. I would think to you guys of like, what would you feel like the amount of trust that everyone gives me when they get drunk and do the show. They never.
Yeah.
I don't ask for their approval, which I'll never take for granted. That Lyric has no idea what we're about to see. And
I don't.
so
I'm
when
very
you see
nervous.
it, they see it, and that speaks volumes. And
I'm
thank you.
very nervous, but I'm also teeming with excitement.
Teaming, yes.
Teeming. I'm on the edge of my seat, excited to see what had happened.
Excitement.
I got buku excitement. Yes. Come on.
Buku. Without letting the audience know the story, what do you remember about the night?
I remember that I showed up. I got my makeup did. I got flued out. I'm just kidding, I did not. But I got my makeup did, and we had some drinks.
We drank, yeah.
We drank and we talked about Egypt and all of its amazingness, its magnetism, everything amazing about the history of Egypt. And then what I do remember is that I requested that a friend of mine not see my bowdy sleeping on the couch because I was a lady and ladies aren't seen drunk. So that's what I do remember.
Oh, wow.
I requested Drew Droki not to see me because I was drunk. that
Now
night.
I do remember that, yeah.
And I told him, I'm a lady and ladies aren't drunk, which is a lie because I'm a lady, I get drunk a lot. So that's a lie, women. We can drunk whatever the we want, all right? Hey, we drunk whatever the fuck we want. Yes, we do what we want and how we want to do it, okay? Okay.
My grandfather always dropped it like it's hard. But
Huh?
My grandfather always dropped it like it's hard.
Yeah?
Is it hard or hot?
Is it hard or what?
It's hot.
Drop
Is
it
it
like it's
hot?
hot. All right, thank you.
Yeah,
All right, here we
because
go.
when you drop
Let's,
it, it's hot.
yeah.
It burns your hand.
Yes.
Classic.
If it's hard, you keep holding on to it.
Thank you guys. Sorry, yeah, we'll kill this like just so we can all see
Yeah.
this. And this one's a little longer. Like I said, you do 6 seasons. You got to switch things up. So this is a 2-part episode, and so you're about to learn about the other Queen of Egypt. Here we go. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Wow, what a ride.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that ever. So, but watching it, I remember a lot of it. In hindsight, I thought it was all a dream. It was my real life. Very good, very good.
I love that she never knew her sister's age. Yeah.
She never did. She was like too busy. She's the queen of Egypt.
11
she was
or
like
12, 20
11
or
or 12,
21.
21, 22, 35. Who cares?
Yeah, yeah. But
26,
that's a true
38.
story. Have you guys ever heard about Cleopatra's sister? No?
I never had either before this, so
Yeah.
it was fascinating.
And I don't like Game of Thrones, but Lyric, well, not like it as in I will never watch it. Lyric told me how much she loved it, and I was like, this is your story.
It's very throny. It's very much a Cersei / Sansa story of overthrowing that
Boring.
throne, and you know what I'm saying, Bran coming in out of nowhere. For those of you who are Game of Thrones fans, it's like he has the best story, and I'm like, compared to whom? Compared to whom?
Is that the bald guy?
No, it's the one. It's the brother in the wheelchair. That's the three-eyed raven, which I get. But I'm also like, bruh, we got Arya up in here. She's a motherfucking assassin. How does she not have a better story? She's an assassin. Are you kidding me? She's a child assassin. How dare you? But we will not digress. However, HBO, holla at who? Me. And we can talk.
I believe you mean holler at whom.
Yes.
Holler at whom? Her.
Who?
I want to open up to you guys. We're just going to see one last story. And again, all these stories, I'm trying to make the show evolve as much as I can. And this is a story. I've loved Sam Cooke since I was born and knew who Sam Cooke was. So this was an excuse to tell more people about Sam Cooke. And here's the story of Sam Cooke. And then I'm going to let you guys ask us any question you want. Any question. Yeah. Spoiler alert. All right, there's Calvin. Thank you, guys. Yeah. If you're going to do comedy, you're also got to add some drama in there of important stories like Sam Cooke. But now, there are many cool things about this festival, but one of the coolest is the fans, you guys, I hope are fans, get to ask us any question in the world. Any question in the world. You know.
I'm a Sagittarius, so that's a freebie.
We got that one.
That's
All you gotta do
and
is
I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus.
Oh.
Woo! We got a lot of Taurus people in the house. I'm a Taurus.
Leo, but rumor is we're dicks.
You guys are.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yes. What are you?
Leo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. He's Leonardo DiCaprio. Very easy. Great. He's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo
Character,
DiCaprio.
very
All right.
method.
I call him Leo because he went to the same junior high as me.
Someone asked
By
a
your birthday,
question.
not by your junior high.
Somebody asked
You
a
guys got
question.
questions?
What are
or
we
you
talking
all good?
about? Start
you
from the
wanna go to the
beginning.
next
Question.
Anyone got a question, or are we good?
So everyone's
If there-
always
maybe there's
There's
no
a question in the biz
Everyone's
bag.
always
Question in the
scared
back.
first.
There's a question in the back.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry.
From
Yes.
another Taurus.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Taurus.
Taurus.
Thank you, Taurus.
Yes.
Please give us your Twitter and/or Instagram handle.
Yes. We're into that as
We're in
Tauruses, so don't worry
2020.
about that.
offthemenutv.com.
Thank you.
I just want to know if you, the actors, or who comes up with the stories and the research?
We have real researchers that I know. You laugh when I said real. They're not animatronics. No, because as much as I love comedy and like getting people drunk and telling stories, what a waste of time if they weren't true. So I need to make sure all these stories are true and have at least 2 to 3 sources. So I'm not putting stories out there that are false, because it's secretly a history show with a comedy premise. So real researchers, and yeah, we do our best. We do our best. Like Colin was explaining, it's like you do your best to tell a story, but at the end of the day, like, you don't know what's going to happen. But I will never have something false in a story, you know, like dates or names, you know.
What I will say, we also do research as the narrators.
Yeah, the
where
narrators are given a packet. Sorry, if
once
you
we get
guys
the packet, and I feel like especially as a history buff, then we get get to dive in and learn extra things about our story that may not even be in the packet or that we may not know, that we want to add to, so like we can add flavors for. For example, for Julia Child, which I did for season 4, I went and took it upon myself to look at the letters that her and her husband wrote to each other to add that flavor to the story, and like just additives that like may not even make the cut, but like you still want to add to the actual drunk history story for them because it was a part of their life versus just the story that you may get. You want to start to research everything about them that you can to really flesh out them as a 3-dimensional type of person on screen and bring their life to the screen the best way that you can. So
Yeah, and as much as I wanted you guys to tell the stories that you told, I always want to make it yours, that you guys put your own thing on it, and that's why I think they're good, because you're comfortable and you're making it your own. Right, Doug?
It's grossly unfair because if you're reenacting everyone who's reenacted before, like one of the big perks is that you don't have to memorize lines. But the narrators have to memorize entire stories with names and dates and then get really drunk and then try and tell those stories from memory. So you can tell that really the narrators are the heroes in this story.
Agreed.
Derek makes a good point of making sure that you love the story that you're telling. No exceptions. If you think it's just pretty good, then that's not good enough. He gives you a story that you love so that you get obsessed with it, and you want to do that deep research, go way beyond the research packet. I was up late the night before watching Larry's real interview on David Letterman. I went through great lengths to find the recording of the CB radio transcript between Larry and the FAA, which is amazing. It's like 20 minutes of audio, just like, what are you doing? I'm like, just enjoying the view. It's like, I could find little nuggets in there and write them down and then say them when I'm telling the story. Yeah.
I love that. And that's the essence of the show, that sober or drunk, when somebody is talking about something they're passionate about, whether you believe it or not, you won't stop watching somebody talk about passion. I mean, that's the essence of the show that I hope you guys feel. Yeah. Next question? Yes.
Sure. Hi.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead.
There's a fight. It's a question fight. Oh, shit.
I was just playing about the handles.
Question fighter.
The question was, are there tapings that we can't use? Yes.
Wait, hold on, pause. I just want to shout out your Reba hat.
It's a Reba
right
hat,
now.
which is
That's
great.
your handle.
You gotta love the
Hello.
Reba hat right now. Shout out to
sitcom
Reba
that got away.
McEntire and Ken.
Is it for the sitcom or the singer?
Both, yes. I love it. Okay, go ahead, Derek. I just saw Reba and I was just like, what?
There's times where people get too drunk. There's times where people tell me they know the story and then they don't. So yes, and it's as heartbreaking as that sounds, it's more heartbreaking for me to tell someone who got drunk all night, for me to be like, sorry. We're not going to do that. Yeah. Well, now I've learned that they tell it the day before to a producer sober, so I know that they know the story. And only, let's keep it at ATX. Every story that you've ever seen on Drunk History, they've told it about 12 times. Because I've learned that if I just, let's wait till they get drunk. No, because the drunk brain doesn't rewind. It rewinds all the way. So like, here's how the drunk brain goes. So right before JFK got shot, he looked at his wife and he said, so JFK was born in, no. It was just about what he said to his wife. The brain is, it's a very, I've learned a lot. I've learned how to talk to drunk people. But yeah, so unfortunately there have been ones that will never be shown.
We are not a part of that group, though.
No, never, yeah. And also in season 1, we would do 4 stories a night, 2 narrators. That was, Viacom money, you know what I mean?
Hey.
There's none. All right. Who's next?
Someone in the back. Who had the one in the back?
I was ready to
cut
fight.
you off back
I don't
there.
have a Reba hat, but I was ready to fight.
What's your name?
I'm Janelle.
Hi,
Hello.
Chanel.
God, I wish it was
Janelle.
Reba.
Like
Janelle,
Janelle
wish it
sorry.
had been Reba.
Really wish you were Reba McIntyre.
Yeah, can you?
I mean, Fancy is my name.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm a high school English teacher. And I've been able to teach Oni Judge because of Drunk History.
What?
Yeah, so we do a lot of the unknown history, and I can't actually show Drunk History because that's
Don't.
not really okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. And I appreciate that you're drunk right now. And
God wanted me to look and sound this way. Trust me.
Me too.
It's a gift.
But it's been actually very helpful and it's been really important to me to kind of have these stories and to be able to have this mix of humor and the getting drunk, which is something that some of us do, and
Sure.
And all of that. So my question is really kind of if you think about the impact of your stories for young people who it's not necessarily the intended audience, but we need our young people. I need in my English classes. I need in our history classes.
Wait, I'm the one drunk? Sorry.
Are you?
No. I know where you're going. I'm going to help you. What is the importance of the stories?
Yeah, and then how are the stories that we want to tell,
Right.
how do we pitch them to you to be like, hey, you also need to be including Latinx people, and how do we say, hey, we need
Yeah.
Jovita Adar, and we need these people to be also included on your drunk history, not just the commonly known, so that I don't know how you pick the people who know these things about history, but those of us who are nerds and are like, yeah, I would love to get drunk and talk to you about
Yeah.
this person. So.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you for being a teacher, because that is the most important job in the world. And I think I know the first part. The first part is what we do on the show is to get your attention. You know, it's very hard to just do a history show and for you to watch. So the drinking isn't to be like, yeah, go alcohol. It's like, it's a lot of fun watching someone struggle with words, unfortunately. I don't want a kid to think that's good, but I would love it if you taught your class about the thing that you learned from the show. And then the other question of how do you get other people to do it is like, I do my best. And as easy as it sounds to tell a beginning, middle, and end to a story, it's very hard no matter what. And I choose comedians because they know how to tell a story. It's very hard. So I do my best for comedians, writers, to tell a story and go all over the place with ethnicities, because I don't want to leave anyone out. And it's only been 6 seasons. I'm going to do my best to do more and get everybody. Because I don't want to exclude anybody.
I'll piggyback on that really quick. And what I will say is that even as a teacher, I feel like, yeah, drunk history may be inappropriate for some age groups, but I will say, as a kid, I watched a lot of shit that was inappropriate for me that I shouldn't be watching. And I feel like I would rather kids get their history from drunk history than nowhere at all. And I truly think that, like, I really think so. Like, there's stories that I didn't even know about, but I watched the show, and I'm like, I never knew about the beginnings of, like, games and board games, like, all that shit. Like, we don't know, even as adults, that we've never would have learned unless we watched it. Granted, we're watching somebody tell it drunkenly, but it's better than no history at all. And so I would say to that, like, even if your kids are watching it, like, yeah, don't get wasted and watch it. But take from it the lesson behind it, which is the history, the American and world history that you will get from watching the show, which I think is amazing and irreplaceable, which is why I think that whatever age group they are, let them watch that shit.
Amen. Amen. All right, we got time for one more. The girl with the awesome orange shirt. Thank you. No gun violence.
I wonder, when you're making the episodes, do you take into consideration what your audience wants?
Yeah, I try my best to be the audience and be like, oh, I know what I would find really funny right now. Or, I want to make the audience happy, yeah.
Because I think we would really like some burgers and fries.
You think I could just randomly do that?
You hungry, girl?
I am. Are you guys hungry?
All right, well, I do love you guys. So, everyone,
Here they come.
Here's some burgers. Here's some fries.
Burgers and fries. Yes!
Thank you so much.
Soak up all the
Just
liquor,
like
boys
that?
and girls.
Just
Soak
like that.
up all the liquor.
My nickname was Segway growing up.
Amazing.
My name's Jimmy. I'll take all you gimme. So enjoy your food. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you didn't, wait for me and you can ask me. But thank you so much. Let's give it up for Doug Jones, Lyric Lewis, and Colin Hanks. ATX.